Hello, my name is Davin Sessa. I recently gave a talk to a group of people who asked if I'd be willing to record and share the content. If it's going to be helpful, I'm willing to do it. It's an interesting time right now with the pandemic going on. It's confined us to being home a lot more than we're used to, limited our travels a lot more than we're used to. The topic of this actually does have to do with time, and I had titled it So Much Yet So Little. I hope it's helpful to you. Here you go. How much could you accomplish in just one day? If you're like me, that could be an overwhelming question to think about because there's so much I want to accomplish in just one day. Typically between work, making sure bills are paid, exercise, making meals, making calls, I feel like I'm being pulled in so many different directions that it actually makes it hard to find time. Anybody relate to that? Now, we all have different responsibilities, obligations, and desires, but around that, there's only so much time to do everything. The funny thing is, when you think about time, we all have the same amount. We all have 24 hours a day, and that's true for everybody. That's true for parents and children, employers and employees, people we consider normal and people we consider crazy. Quick question for you. What do you call a belt with a watch on it? Give up? We call it a waste of time. Now, I'll give you a second to make fun of me. I know that was corny. However, in all reality, I just want to say that I appreciate your time right now. And I hope that my time is not a waste for you. But in thinking about time, I pose this question. If we all have the same amount, how do some people seem to accomplish so much, yet others so little? Think back with me for a moment to when you were 10 years old. Your teacher gave you a homework assignment. She said it's due at the end of the week. So you looked at your watch. The end of the week? So much time. And when did you get to work on that? Perhaps the day before, maybe the morning of. All of a sudden, so much time became so little. Perhaps something similar happened when you went to work. Your boss came to you and said, that presentation, we have to do it at the end of the month. So you looked at the watch and checked the date. The end of the month? So much time. And when did you get to work on that? Maybe the week before, perhaps a couple days before. All of a sudden, so much time became so little. You know, when time all of a sudden seems to shrink, it makes me think that if we were living in a movie, things would be a lot easier. Because then we'd have background music that lets us know how to feel and how to act. For instance, maybe the music would speed up as time is running out. But in real life, the music seems to be the unnoticed ticking of your watch. Perhaps if we had heard it, it would have forced us to act differently, perhaps act quicker. Unfortunately, often we miss the melody. You know, it's funny how music can hit us in a way that mere words don't at times. I'm pretty eclectic when it comes to music. I like a lot of different genres. The one genre I didn't like growing up was country music. And interestingly, a couple years ago, I heard a song by a country artist named Luke Bryan. He sings a song called Most People Are Good. And in it, he shares these lyrics. He sings, I believe the days go slow, but the years go fast. And every breath is a gift from the first to the last. When I heard those lyrics, it reminded me how important perception is when it comes to time. See, right around that time, I had acquired a new client for my financial planning practice. His name was Nick, and Nick had just completed his first year in business, and he had a very promising future. We were both really excited to be working together as we shared a strong vision for growth. In one of our conversations, I learned that Nick actually had a pretty tough childhood growing up. When he was only 10 years old, his dad passed away. That forced him and his mom to travel to this country. As an only child, you can imagine how tough that may have been. His mom had no formal education, and she had to work multiple jobs just to put food on the table and keep their apartment. Nick grew tired of the struggle pretty early on, which sparked his dream. He wanted to grow up, go to school, and make enough money to take care of his mom. And with hard work and focus, Nick actually achieved his dream. Only 1 year after being in business, he was making enough money that he can do that. Good job, Nick. He had a thriving business just 1 year after graduating. That is not common. And that sparked another dream for Nick. He wanted to buy his mom a house. And with hard work and focus, Nick was on his way. And one day, when Nick was going home, he got hit by a truck. And Nick died. He was 23 years old. He was a dreamer, an achiever, and all of a sudden, no more. This past year, I was able to help Nick's mom move into her first ever home. And it was only accomplished because of the life insurance planning that Nick did with me. I had never walked in those shoes before and gone through that experience. And though very sad that Nick has passed away, I gotta say that I feel thankful and I feel honored to be in the shoes to help somebody in that manner. See, at 23 years old, we think we have so much time. And yet for Nick, it was so little. Time is based on perception. So today, I'd like to encourage you and remind myself, the next time you look at your watch, don't just look at it, but do what it does. See, your watch doesn't care if it's sunshine or rain. It doesn't care if you're sick or you're healthy. It just cares about the present time, and it keeps moving forward. Time is free, but it's also priceless. Your watch doesn't find time to count. It makes time count, and it does so minute by minute, and you can do the same. Make time to address your dreams. Make time to spend with those you care about. Make time for fun. And make time to make an impact. Because when it comes to time, we think we have so much, yet we may have so little. Thank you.